Hey everyone, this is Austin War. I'm back with another NBA mock draft video. This is mock draft 4.0. We are currently 9 days away from the NBA draft, and today is Game 5 of the NBA Finals. We'll see if the Celtics pull it off tonight. I'm super pumped for the NBA Finals. I'm pretty sure like trades and free agency and stuff starts tonight if the finals end, so I'm like really, really, really excited for that. That's gonna be fun. Um, Interesting to see if anything happens. I'm not too sure if anything will, right off the bat. There's a lot of rumors going on. Love this time of the year, but we're going to get right into the draft. Um, with the first pick, still talks about Klingon, Sar, Resal Shea. I'm still on the side of getting Sar with the first pick. I mean, I've been watching. Reese Shea is my first year watching him, but I watched him since it's like basically his first game. Um, Once I saw the highlights for it and everything, I had to dive right into his film. Sar, been watching him because his brother for a while since his OTE days. And then Donovan Clingan, been watching him since he was a sophomore in high school. But Alex Sar is probably my pick still. Clingan, he has such a high floor. I think Sar pretty much does too. I mean, it's hard for him not to. I mean, he already has such a good skill set for a big man. Can put the ball on the floor. He has that 3 point upside. His shot looks pretty good for a big. Love his defensive potential. I think he'll be a good defensive player no matter what. I think he'll just be a good player no matter what. I think he's a pretty safe pick. Yeah, his stats didn't, amaze you, but that wasn't what his team wanted. They weren't trying to get the dude's stats. They were trying to win ball. Um, Not prioritizing that man's draft stock, even though he is the first pick in the draft. Well, it probably will be. But with the second pick, the Washington Wizards, I'm looking at Reese Shea, Castle maybe, um, but Clingan here is really catching my eye. I want to go Donovan Clingan. Again, I think he just has a really high floor. He's going to be a good defensive center in this league. Yeah, he doesn't have as high as a ceiling for offense as like Alex Sar does, but it's still there. Um, him not being able to play too long might hinder somewhat, but that's like literally my only downside for him. Hopefully, he can start playing a little bit more. What he did in college. His per 36 stats are insane, by the way. Hopefully, he can get that 3 point shot going, but not too sure if that will be the case, especially right off the bat. But maybe if he's the Wizards, maybe they try to prioritize getting that three ball going. But they definitely need a rim protector, so I think that's a good pick for the Wizards. I don't think Reese Shea would be a back pick either. It seems like a pick for the Wizards, something that they would do. Going after another wing, can shoot. Another, yeah, that'd be. I wouldn't be mad at that either. But with third pick, I'm looking at Reese Shea here. Castle's not horrible. I think his defense, on that team would be really good, but I don't think it fits. I mean, him and Amin next to each other, I don't know, would be the best backcourt duo on for the offense. Not saying that they're bad offensive players, but it's just not a great fit. My favorite pick here, and I'm probably gonna mock it for a while. Reese Shea. I think he would be a good fit on here too, but I really don't want to take minutes from like Eason and all of them. I feel like also their biggest need is consistent 3 point shooting. Like I said in my other video, Jalen Green, Van Vliet, Dylan Brooks, all those guys are not consistent 3 point shooters. I mean, consistent anyways at shooting. I think the best player in this draft for that is Reed Shepard. He's a very good basketball player. Yeah, he's 6'1.5" without shoes, 6'3". He doesn't have the biggest wingspan. Uh, he has a 42-inch vertical. He has some of the quickest hands in the draft. He's a good pick and roll player. He's a good playmaker. I think he has upside for that for sure. I, I think he's a pretty safe pick. I mean, he looks great. I mean, he's a competitor. He was a competitor in high school, everything. I've been watching him for a while too. Only since senior year, as a senior year, but um, still love to watch Reed Shepard. I think that'd be a perfect fit. Fourth pick in the draft, the San Antonio Spurs. It's hard for me to see Reese Shea not fall past this. They did recently just work him out. I know they like him. You can just tell. I mean, he's definitely a Spurs player. Getting another French guy. Wemby would probably be pretty happy with that. You can shoot. Again, the third pick, I think he could have gone to the Rockets, but Reed Shepard's just a really consistent 3-point shooter. I don't think Reese Shea will be there right off the bat, and I don't know how much time the Rockets are willing to give their rookie to develop. I think they're trying to win more now. Of course, I mean, they have VanVleet and Dylan Brooks on their team. It also helps developmental wise. Um, but I think Reese Shea is just a really good fit with that Spurs team. And then if they go guard 8 especially, that would be a good fit. Very good pick if they get him at 4. Guy that I say is kind of like Ray Allen. He even mentioned that, he likes watching Ray Allen, that he's watched him for a very long time. He kind of mauls his game after that. So that was pretty cool. The fifth pick in the draft, we had the Detroit Pistons. I'd say Detroit's one of the harder teams to draft for. They need 3-point shooting really bad. And a big thing with this draft is there's a lot of guys that just, their fault's kind of they can't shoot the best from 3. Castle, he falls in that. Topic, man, I could go on tangent about all these guys with their shooting. Topic, very good free throw shooter. He definitely has upside to shoot 100%. I think he'll be a pretty decent shooter in this league. I mean, if you shoot, what he does from free throw, that's actually very crazy for his age. The only guy that really shoots, I mean, McCain's one of the best free throw shooters. He might be the best free throw shooter in this draft. Cody Williams, I think, definitely has 3-point upside. I mean, he's going to be consistent. He's going to shoot when he needs to. Dillingham's just small. There's a lot of problems with that. Connect, is that a little too high for him? I don't know. I like him a ton. I don't know if they want to go a 23-year-old at 5. They might, for sure. I mean, if they think he just helps their team out, is exactly what they need, I mean, go for it. But Buzelis, he has those connections. It's hard for me not to pick him at 5. I think he definitely could go up that high. I wouldn't be mad at it. Same with Connect, but I think there's more of a chance Buzelis goes at 5. And this draft is basically me drafting what I think the team will do. With the 6th pick in the draft, Stephon Castle, I think this is 7's probably the farthest he'll drop. I think 6 is probably where I'd say is the farthest. I don't see him falling out of 6. Definitely not 7. Definitely not 7. Man, my nose itchy. But yeah, Stephon Castle at 6. He might be, besides out of Ryan Dunn, he might be the best perimeter defender in my opinion. He just stays in front very well. He has good hands. I mean, of course, he's 6'7" for a point guard. It is a little concerning that, I mean, it's not really concerning that he only wants to be a point guard. But also being on the Hornets, hopefully, I'm not saying LaMelo Ball will get hurt, but there's, he has a history. So if he needs to fill in that role, be their number 1 point guard, he can do that. And he will. And that's him going at number 6. 7th pick in the draft. I could go Connect here. If they do go guard, I think it would be like more of a Devin Carter, Jared McCain. I don't see Dillingham. He's a little small. I don't even really see Topic all that much. I'm going to go Cody Williams. I think he's going to go higher than a lot of people have him going. He's one of my favorite players in this draft. Of course, I'm a Thunder fan. His brother, J-Dub, is on the Thunder. It's just hard for me not to see him end up being good. I know he's going to work hard. He has a good personality. He seems like a really great guy, great family. I've been watching him for a while too. Right when I saw J-Dub get drafted, I found out about Cody and started watching him. But Cody, he's taller. He shoots when he needs to. He's very good at finishing around the rim. He's very good at attacking at the rim. he attacks way more. 6'8" wings don't attack the rim as much as they used to. He attacks it very well. He does it, he does it a lot and very well. Again, his 3 point percentage was consistent. Hopefully, he can shoot more and it be just as consistent, but we'll see. Love his upside for sure. One of my favorite players in this draft. Eighth pick, Topic. Uh, Topic, you're looking at him not really playing at least probably half the season next year. That could definitely hurt his draft stock since he has an ACL injury. Again, little concerning. He is 19. He's like second youngest guy in the draft. Is he 19 or is he? Why can't I think of that? Whatever. The dude's second youngest in the draft. I don't know why I can't think of his age right now. Um, Honestly, don't know. What am I? He's 18 right now. Let's say 18. I don't. What am I? What is my brain doing? Um, we're gonna go Topic here though. It's like it's really hard for me to pick them because I feel like the Spurs really want to get their point guard and Wemby rolling this year. That's the only problem I really have with that. Uh, Hopefully, Topic can make a speedy recovery and come back. I just think that fit together is just perfect. Reese Shea, he can pass out to him when he drives in because, Topic is really good at drawing people in. He can kick out. He's a very good playmaker. Um, Again, hopefully that ACL won't hinder anything. I don't think it really will. I mean, again, he's young. He's a young guy. But him, Reese Shea and Wemby, I think would be crazy. Him and Wemby on a pick and roll. Love to see that happen. Ninth pick in the draft, we have the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm probably gonna go Devin Carter here. His dad coaches there. He's Grizzlies players. Come on, he embodies what Memphis Grizzlies is all about. Um, the dude, his rebound percentage is insane. He averaged 8.6 rebounds a game. He had to fill in to be the number one option for Providence, and he did really great. The dude makes some clutch shots, tough shots. People talk about his shot. I don't really care. I mean, reminds me of Halliburton's a little bit. It's just a little odd looking sometimes. But the thing goes in, he works hard. All you hear about is the dude's always in the gym working hard. If there's something wrong with his game, he's gonna fix it. That's why I have him high on my board. I mean, I could have him higher. He's been one of my favorite players. The moment I saw him play this year, I don't know what I've never seen him play besides this year. Never. I don't know what I was doing. Love Devin Carter. He's a different player this year for sure than he was last year. But he's such a good player. Love watching him play. He'll be he'll be tough. He'll be very tough on the Grizzlies if that happens. Number 10, Utah Jazz. It's hard for me to see Dillingham go here. Again, Dillingham. This is not where I want them to go. This is where I think they will go. Not what I want to do. Dillingham would go higher. I love Dillingham. Been watching him for a long time. Dillingham is starting. People saying he's started to fall. I don't see him going to the Jazz. I don't. Keontae George, he's a little smaller. I don't really see Danny Ainge, having two guys under 6'3" as your guards. I just don't. Um, I'm thinking about going Connect here, and I am going to. Connect's a very good shooter. I think he could definitely be a good three-way scorer in the NBA. Definitely at least two-way. He's 23 years old. He played JUCO for 2 years, played Northern Colorado 2 years, and then this past year played for Tennessee. And with the Tennessee offense that was just horrible, he made it great. If without him, there would have been a horrible offense. And he just fixed that, and he took over. His defense is a little concerning, but since he, won't be a number one option on the team, he can actually, focus more on defense and improve in that area. So I'm so excited about him. And he doesn't have the highest floor, I mean the highest ceiling, but he does have a pretty high floor in my opinion. Um, with 11th pick, Chicago Bulls. Ron Hollins also talked about falling. I think he's a very good player. His only thing really is has to do with his shot. His shooting in general, but his shot IQ is very bad as well. Hopefully he'll figure that out. But he has such defense upside. The dude's so athletic. He can attack the rim very well. Again, I saw like Cody Williams. He's very good at attacking the rim. Love to see that. You don't see it as much as you used to, and he's another one of those players that attacks the rim. I think he'll definitely do it very good in the NBA. Excited to watch him play. There's a lot of guys. I'm excited for this draft. It's a lot deeper than people say. It's better than what people say. There's just gonna be a lot of guys that are gonna be good for your team. No Wemby, but they're gonna be good for your team. 12th pick. I've seen people say if Dillingham falls here, Thunder might take him. I don't see it happening. I wouldn't be mad at it. Again, I love Dillingham. If they say, get Dillingham, we get Hartenstein and the free agency, I feel like that would be a pretty decent fit. It just depends. I honestly feel like what you put around him. And also, Hartenstein could sign before with the Thunder before even Dillingham even can get drafted. I'm pretty sure I might be wrong about free agency. It might just be you can re-sign your players. I might be just so wrong about that. I don't think that's what it is though. um, but I might have sounded stupid when I said that. I'm pretty sure though you can trade him, do free agency after finals is over. But with the 12th pick in the draft, I'm gonna have him go to John Saloon. Um, Dude has one of the most high upsides in the draft this year. He's super raw. I think he's less raw than I originally thought. He had very, very good games for Cholet at the end of the season. Uh, the dude's shot was very consistent. It looked pretty good. I mean, that thing has some arch on it for sure. Um, he has defensive upside as well. People, say he's kind of like Usman Jang. I think he'll be better than Usman Jang was at the beginning of his career. Jang has a lot of upside too, but I like that fit for the Thunder. They worked him out too, so I definitely could see that being possible. 13th pick. It's hard for me to see. I'm sorry. It's like I know I've seen them talk about him going to the Heat at 15, Magic at 18. It's just too much for me. I think 13. It's like well, if the Kings can get Dillingham, you're telling me they say no. Malik Monk's probably gone. Yeah, he's a little smaller. They got Davion Mitchell in the back court too. They may get rid of him. It just all depends. I really do think Dillingham, he's going to be electric scorer off the bench. He can fill that Malik Monk role decently. I know he's not going to, he's not as tall as Malik Monk. He's not. Malik Monk's really athletic. Dillingham's really athletic. Dillingham doesn't have as high as a wingspan. That doesn't really matter in my opinion for him. It really doesn't the way he plays at all. Curry has a 6'3" wingspan. There's been a ton of players like that. He's explosive though. He's a good shooter. He's explosive. I don't think that really matters. I have him going 13 to the Kings. 14. They went Cody Williams first. I'm gonna go Khalil Ware here. I think they need another big down there. Aiden has a ton of potential. Is he ever gonna get that? Is he ever gonna work hard enough to reach that? I don't. I really have no clue. I don't. I'm not with the dude all the time. Actually, I'm not ever with him. So I don't know what his mindset really is, but I think Khalil Ware, also, there has the problems with that too, but I do think Khalil Ware has very good chance, ton of potential to be good in this league. He has a good looking 3-point shot. He shot consistently. He didn't have the most shots per game from three, but it went in. He's athletic. I think he will be pretty good. I'm excited to watch him play. Got a lot of guys I'm excited to watch play. 15. Right here, I'm gonna be honest. I'm looking at Jared McCain. The Silva even, maybe Carrington, Isaiah, maybe no, not Edie. But I think I'm gonna go. Oh come on, let's get Carrington right here. Carrington's going up boards. He's been up there for a minute for me. Carrington's crazy. He has the best pull up jump shot in this draft. Sorry to say, he does. I mean, his percentage tells you that. He's going to be a. He has to be a good 3 point shooter. There's no way. But his mid range is insane. Best mid range in this draft for sure. Love his handle. Yeah, you got to fill out the frame. He wore the shirt to hide it. He will. It's NBA will help him with that. You just can't teach the talent he has, the mindset. There's a lot of things. I love the dude. Pittsburgh got lucky with that one. You guys got blessed with him for that freshman year. 16th pick, 76ers. Jared McCain would be great on this team. They're losing. 76ers are going to lose a lot of guys in free agency. Most likely. They have a decent amount of money, though. I mean, they have top five most money. I think they have second most money, actually. De Silva, I'm really wondering if Tobias Harris is going to come back. I think De Silva could fill that type of role. Um, they could also use, a backup point guard. I think McCain again here would be cool. I really don't hate Smith here. I haven't mocked him at Tyler Smith here, but maybe Collier, maybe. Hmm. 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 I'm gonna go Jeremy. Wait. Yeah, I'm gonna go Jeremy McCain. Yeah. Jerry McCain, dude, that guy is such a good 3 point shooter. I really don't see him falling. That thing is just smooth. He's a better playmaker than people give him credit for. Of course, he didn't have to do that as much at Duke, but and he's not the most explosive player, but he's smart. He's a good guy. I'm I know he'll be a good NBA player. Yeah, he doesn't have the highest floor, highest ceiling, but he's going to be a good player. And also, a lot of teams are going to want him because he has a good social following. He's a popular guy. 17th pick. I think the Lakers would probably want him just because of that reason as well. We're going to go Zach Edey here. Lakers get their popular guy there. Zach Edey has a lot of people don't know how to mock him, draft him. He's projected to go 12 to 20 in this draft. It's hard for me to see him falling out of 19 just because the Raptors. I'm not as high as high on him as other people. He did prove me wrong a decent amount. I do think he's better than what I originally thought. There's some players like that. Um, if he gets his 3 point shot, that's crazy. Do I think it will happen? I don't know if he will shoot it. Yeah, he did shoot 48 for 100 in his 3 pointers today that he shot for a workout, which is pretty good. I think they were open. I really don't hate that for him. I definitely think maybe he could shoot a couple at some point. Don't know. But he's definitely quicker, a little quicker than I thought. He proved that in combine. But he's also a little slow. He has a good, baby hook. I'm just very intrigued of what's going to happen with him. I just want to see what happens with him and what type of player he's going to be in the draft. I mean, if you want to prove me wrong, and just be a top five player at the end of the day. 18th pick. They need 3 point shooting. Tyler Smith's intriguing. De Silva even. I don't see De Silva falling that far at all. I don't know, dude. It's like I think the Silva one would be horrible, but I don't think they need forwards as much as like a guard or center. They're trying to find that center spot. I could see Holmes going here, Filipowski. They need 3-point shooting though. Furphy's not horrible. Again, the Silva, Tyler Smith, Isaiah Collier, maybe. I want to go Jacoby Walter though. I don't think he's gonna fall that far. He could go to like 13 maybe. Could go 10 maybe. It just all depends. I think he's gonna go higher than some people think for sure. I watched him at a when I watched him play OK State this year, and he didn't have the best game. I didn't like him all that much, but watching his film more and more and more, I'm starting to like him more and more the closer we get to the draft. Which I feel like is kind of the opposite for some people, but 19th pick in the draft, the Toronto Raptors. Silva here, maybe. Oh, I'm torn, guys. Again, they need 3-point shooting. Again, there's just not that. I don't know. Furphy's not bad here for sure. Tyler Smith, I like that because again, I said Chris Bosh before. I don't think he's like Chris Bosh, but I think it's just like kind of he's a lefty. He can shoot threes. He's a power forward like Chris Bosh. That's just why I say that. And I also, oh, I'm so high on Tyler Smith. I don't know, dude. I'm on this pick for too long. We're gonna go, dude. I'm thinking about the Silva right now. We're gonna go to Silva. Right. Okay. What really quick, really quick. Let me look at the roster one last time. I didn't look at it, but you know what I mean. I'm gonna, dude, De Silva. I don't know. We're gonna go Tyler Smith. I like Tyler Smith a lot. Again, the dude's probably he's a top 5 3-point shooter in my eyes in this class. Um, there's concerns about is he gonna play? Is the secondary position gonna be small forward, center? I don't know. I think he could play either one. More likely center than the small forward position. Uh, he's he has rim protecting potential for sure. He's filled out pretty decently. I think he has an NBA ready body more than a decent amount of guys. He is young too, so 20th pick in the draft. De Silva's very interesting here. I think they're looking at. I think they could use a backup in about every single aspect. They might lose a core this year. It's possible. Um, man, Isaiah Collier or De Silva might be my pick though. They do have Niang on like another 2 years after this past season. I don't know, and I'm gonna go Tristan De Silva there. And then here I'm gonna go as Isaiah Collier. Um, Collier has fallen a ton. The dude, at the beginning of the season, he was the number one guy going in the year. Then he just fell out, top 5. He didn't do that great before his injury. Came back, did better. He improved in my eyes, proved himself a little more in my eyes. He thinks he's a lottery player. I think he could be. He has a ton of potential. He's just a very weird athletic player. It's just odd to me. Um, hopefully, he can get a shot going more. Not be as turn it over as much. I think though the Pelicans they need another backup point guard. They are very deep. Is one problem I have. The only guy that they're losing is Valanciunas, so they could use another center, but I think that they would prioritize that more in free agency than most likely the draft, unless they go after an older guy kind of and like Filipowski or maybe Daron Holmes that like right here. 22nd pick in the draft though. I want to have the Suns select Tyler Kolek. Actually have him higher on my board than I had him here. I guess my board didn't update. Um, Tyler Kolek is, I don't know. Him and Topic are so close in playmaking in my eyes. He's also has such a high IQ. If you hear him play, the dude's IQ is beyond most rookies. Yes, he's 23, but his film's crazy. If you look at his numbers, they're crazy. The dude's going to be a good point guard. I think he's the absolute perfect pick here. Hopefully, the Suns, one guy will decide that, maybe we do need a point guard this year. And you do. Frank Vogel tried to say it. Where is he now? 23rd pick, though. I like Daron Holmes here. I really do. I mean, Filipowski's nice too. Jalen Tyson. Baylor Shireman's fun. He's messy. Ryan Dunn. Terrence Shan's moving up. But I don't know. Daron Holmes with Bobby Portis is a little. I don't know. Yeah, there's Brooke Lopez. I think I don't know how much longer Brooke Lopez will be on the Bucks either. At least definitely won't be their starter for that much longer. He's very slow, very very slow. They do need another. I'm gonna go. Oh, bro, I don't. Okay, okay, okay. Here we go. We're gonna go Daron Holmes here. Love Daron Holmes, by the way. He's one of my favorite players in this draft. His 3-point shot's awesome. I just yes, he's 6'8.5" without shoes. I don't. That doesn't matter. He has pretty decent wingspans, like +4. Dude's gonna be good. I mean, he's been good since he was a freshman in the draft. I think he could have gone in the draft, and then he'd be a pretty decent NBA player by now, after his few years in the NBA. Then this next pick we're gonna go Kyle Filipowski. Darren Holmes would have been a horrible pick for the Knicks, for both ways. Just not how he plays. Would fit well. Filipowski a little bit better. Hopefully his rim protect can come around. Yeah, he fell after the combine because his wingspan's a little lower, and he's already not the most athletic guy in the world. But I have him going 24. I do think he will be a good NBA player. But with this second pick for the Knicks, and I definitely think the Knicks will probably trade at least one of these picks. Every year it seems like they do a trade with their picks involved for sure. Um, Keyshawn George, maybe he's falling in my eyes. I'm gonna go Baylor Shireman. He's definitely one of my guys in this draft as well. I could move him up in my board 100%. I wouldn't be mad. I mean, the dude, he didn't have the highest floor in the world, but he's going to be a great player. I mean, he shot 8 threes a game last year for Creighton. I watched him in person also. Killed OK State. Love his lefty shot, one of the prettiest in my opinion. He also is actually pretty good at attacking the rim. He's really not that bad. He's not bad at finishing inside the paint. Way better than people even talk about. I mean, and his defense is really not that bad. I feel like he can really be a in between defender. He's not going to be a plus defender, but he's going to be. I don't think he has to be a negative. He has pretty good size as well. So, 26 pick in the draft. They already got Donovan Clingan. They filled that role. What are they going to do here? I think they could have got Yves Missi if they didn't get him. I also think Yves Missi may not even fall as far. This is just crazy because I have like 45 guys I think could go in the first round. It's such a deep draft. It really is. I could also see like AJ Johnson going here. If they're going Klingon with a safe pick, are they gonna go with the crazy one this next one? I could also see maybe Justin Edwards, become Daddy Dursic, Trent Flowers. Hmm. I think I'm gonna go Johnny Furphy. Yeah, we're gonna go Furphy. I know they got Kisper, they got Avia, kind of fills the same role a little bit, but Furphy's 19, is a young guy. He he's gonna need a little bit of time. I think he can have time to develop there. Um, he's gonna or automatically, I think, be a pretty dang good 3 point shooter in the NBA. Um, it's NBA ready in my eyes for the 3 point shot. But I really don't hate that. Hate the Wizards drafting him there at 26. 27. Ken, I really like. He's Missy. I don't see him going here. They have Cat and Gobert. Not happening. They're losing out on Kyle Anderson, maybe Nikhil, Alexander Walker, definitely Kyle Anderson, though they can't pay him. Who can fill that role? I'm going to go Jalen Tyson. Not saying, he's not as good a defender. I think he maybe could be. His IQ is pretty high, I think. I'm not saying he's going to set as good as, off ball screens as Kyle Anderson does. Kyle Anderson's a weird player, but Jalen Tyson can fill somewhat of that role and be more of an offensive threat than Kyle Anderson ever was and will be. I mean, I think day one, Jalen Tyson's a better offensive player for sure. Again, maybe not the defense, but I think he can fill that role well enough, and he can play probably right off the bat. 28th pick in the draft. I think they need a point guard. That is my big concern for them. Again, I really don't like Eddie Jackson anymore. He's had his days. They're over. I think Missy would be cool here. Yeah, okay, they drafted Peyton Watson. No one really thought they would. You'd think that they would go for the what now player. Peyton Watson turned out pretty good. So I'm not saying Missy's not gonna go here. Dylan Jones really interesting, do it all guy. If you say do it all guy, the first guy I think about is Dylan Jones in this draft. Point forward, people are a little concerned about his weight and stuff. Get it under control and everything. I know it. I mean, he'll be in the NBA. So Kevin McCullough here maybe reminds me like not saying just it reminds me of the Strother pick a little bit. You would have thought maybe Strother would have been a little bit better NBA's first year. But he didn't get the biggest role ever. He is on the Nuggets. Kevin McCullough, I feel like maybe would have the same type of role on the team. I don't know. I mean, Ryan Dunn maybe too. Terrence Shannon, can KJ Simpson maybe. We're gonna go AJ Mitchell. Yeah, we are kind of going more of my guys I have top of my draft board. But I think these are just good fits. I mean, this is what I think teams could do. I mean, AJ Mitchell would be very good for the Nuggets. He's a good playmaker. He has pretty lefty shot. I think that's like perfect fit. Again, I mean, you could put KJ Simpson, very underrated in my opinion. I mean, Colorado was underrated all year. They had four guys I really liked, and Simpson, De Silva, Cody Williams, Lampkin. Um, Lampkin's a good. Lampkin's pretty good. I've been watching him since he's on TCU. Um, hmm. With the 29th pick, they already got Connect. Let's just go easy Missy. I know they got Kessler. You're at 7. Let's see if he's still on the team. Yeah, John Collins was starting at center, but let's go easy Messy. Let's get the upside. I don't see him falling, out of top 30 probably. I really don't. Keyshawn George's falling a little bit. I understand why. He's not very athletic. He has some range though, and he has defensive upside for sure. He's just not athletic. I feel like he is a little bit more athletic than he shows. I mean, he'll get some crazy dunks out of nowhere, and again, he's a good defender. He'll rise up for some blocks, not too much. He's more, get some steals, but he also isn't really a stats guy for defense either. But um, I think with the last pick though, I'm just gonna pick Kevin McCullough. Again, I'm not very high on Kevin McCullough. I've been watching him since he was at Texas Tech, since his first year. Never been too high on him. Hopefully, his 3 point shot would come around. Uh, he has injury concerns. Hopefully, he'll be okay. He does. He has potential to be a good two-way player. I think he could be pretty decent depending on what team he goes to his first year in the NBA. I don't, have that high of a ceiling, of course, but I think he'll be a pretty decent player in the NBA. I definitely see the chance for it. But that's gonna do it. I like a ton of guys in this draft again. I could draft 45 of them in the first round. If I could, I would. I would. It's just this is one of the hardest drafts to mock for. Just do draft board for anything. It's just a weird draft, very deep, no Wemby, but I'm loving doing this. I'm loving the off season for 28 teams, so I'm calling the off season. Um, we got the draft in 9 days. Trades are gonna be coming up. Free agency is gonna be coming up. I'm so pumped for it, and I appreciate every single one of you. Um, Hopefully, I'll have a video out tomorrow or the next day. Yeah, I haven't posted in about a week, but hopefully, it'll be more consistent, and I can say most likely will. But I appreciate every single one of you. I'll see you on the next video, and peace out.